Hello, and welcome to the first video of what I hope is a long series of videos called Klaus's Random Thoughts. The whole point of this series is to talk about games I have played recently that you may or may not know about, and to expose you to them, and hopefully you may even want to play for yourself. Please note that some of the games I talk about in here, I may or may not have finished. Like today's game, I put a huge chunk of time into it, but I really have no intentions on finishing, which I'll get into later. So let's just get right to it. Today's game I want to talk about is Disco Elysium. Disco Elysium was developed by Zayum, ZA/UM, and this is their debut game. You may have actually heard about it recently because it was at the Video Game Awards, and it won several during the event. The best way I would describe this game is that it's a murder mystery game with a bigger picture, and well, technically it's a role-playing game with a heavy focus on dialogue, but I digress. Speaking of dialogue, there's a ton of it, and I think it's some of the best writing I've seen in a long time. Depending on the NPC, you can talk with that character for about 20 minutes before exhausting everything. The characters, there's lots of characters, and the lore in the area is very much in depth, and you can tell the devs put a lot of time and effort into this game. It has your basic role-playing systems, of course, skills, customization, inventory systems, but they do a few things a little differently. For one, they have one inventory system called thought cabinets. Thought cabinets are thoughts that you earn through certain actions or dialogue choices with talking to someone that may or may not help you progress through the story. One, for instance, that I got was my character wasn't able to inspect the body of the murder scene without vomiting until he finally started talking with his partner, and he got a thought that literally said in the description to get his shit together. These are usually time focused, takes about 30 minutes to get these thoughts. Took this thought in particular to finish, and once it was complete, we were finally able to inspect the body and progress forward. As it be a role playing game, of course, as well, it has different play styles. There's about 4 different archetypes you can choose from. The fourth one being a custom one if you don't like the previous 3. I think this really brings a level of replayability to it and changes the way the game plays depending on your build. I also wonder if this affects the system called metric that's in the game. This is the game's own system. You are presented with certain choices at random, chance choices I would call them, where you are presented with a certain percentage of success on it. And this is represented by 2 6-sided dice. These dice are then used like as if rolled on game to see if you succeed on that choice, and you can get a piece of information you wouldn't have gained prior to it. Very unique system, but I found it very hard to succeed at. I've given this game a bit of praise for it, but I want to talk about why I won't be finishing it. It's the pacing of the game. The pacing is just too slow to keep my interest. I think the writing, like I said before, the writing is fantastic, and I believe there is actually a compelling story to this game, and probably bigger than what is presented and what I've played in my time with it. I've spent about 17 hours. However, I haven't progressed as much as I would have liked. I understand it is a murder, and you should take your time, inspect everything, talk to everyone, and learn as much as you can about said murder. However, it just felt like I was slogging through information to get what I need just in order to progress, and it was just painstakingly slow. Simply put, it's just not for me. But that doesn't mean it's not for you. That's the whole point of this series. I want to talk about games, even if I may never finish them, that you may want to like. And yeah, that's the whole point of this. It's still a great game, very well written, beautiful characters, not to mention is beautifully drawn. As you can see, this is an actual piece of artwork behind me of the game, like wallpapers you can actually get from the website. It's very well done. I think it's a good game, just not for me. And I think you guys should check it out if any of that sounded fun or looked good to you. thanks for tuning into this video, guys. I really appreciate it. Been really working hard on this. This is the first time ever doing this type of format of any kind, so it's been a little rough. But thanks for tuning in. If you like what you see, don't forget to hit that follow button up above. Oh, follow button, subscribe button. Damn streams. That subscribe button. Hit the like, I guess, if you liked the video. And also, if you have any pointers or feedback that you'd like to give me, leave a comment down below. Thanks again for tuning into the video, guys. I'll see you next time.